Good morning. It's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you from the garden out here in front of my friend's apartment. I hope all of you are having a good day and deciding to focus on something positive to help you get through the day during all of this stress and chaos that's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Sacred Path cards reading to continue trying to focus on something positive this morning. This is what I do in order to get through the difficult times in my life. Um, the Sacred Path cards are based on Native American traditions and several different tribes and their teaching systems. So it is a tarot deck based on Native American tradition. The Sacred Mountain Spread is the one I'll be doing today. The Sacred Mountain Spread is the place of inner knowing and proper perspective. The Sacred Mountain of our ancestors is not a physical place. It is a place of balance that exists within the sacred space of each individual. To reach this place of wisdom and enlightenment, balanced with faith, trust, and innocence and courage, you must climb the mountains and hills on your own limitations and conquer the fears that keep you from knowing. When the challenges are many and the path is crooked, you may feel confused or temporarily lost. In such times, the Sacred Mountain Spread is the tool that will aid you in seeing the truth from the perspective of the eagle. In freedom and from above, the overall significance is clearly put into perspective. The spread is what I call a working spread, because you must climb to the top using your own courage and strength rather than being carried by someone else. If the going is getting tough and you're willing to confront the limitation you have set in your own path, this is the spread to use. The first four cards represent the area of creativity open to you where you have set limitation or denial. The Sacred Mountain card is the reward at the end of the climb or gift you will attain from the ancestors by completing the journey. And this is a 5-card spread, with the 5th card being the middle card, and that's the lesson to find personal freedom. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. Hope all of you are having a wonderful Monday and getting out in nature and balancing yourself and grounding yourself in Mother Nature. It sure seems to help me. And taking in those deep breaths. Deep breathing helps with stress way more than people realize. Sometimes I forget to breathe. I say that's why I still smoke cigarettes, so I remember to breathe. That's kind of my joke about it, but I need to quit that. But, one thing at a time. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths. And I ask Great Spirit and Great Mystery to guide this message with my angels and ascended masters and Jesus Christ to guide me during this reading. Oops, we got a man coming behind me. I was going to go to the park, but it's kind of been raining. So anyway, yes, guidance from above. So we're going to draw 5 cards. The first card appears in the east and signifies the lesson needed to remove any present limitation. This is the place of the golden door that leads to all other levels of awareness. No matter what card appears in this position, you are being asked to look at what you feel you cannot achieve in the card's lesson. Hence, your limitation is made clear for you. So this is the lesson needed to remove present limitations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first card is Kokopelli 14. And this is fertility. there eventually here. Okay. Kokopelli, play for me, so my heart may sing. Magic flute of mystery, fruitful dreams you bring. Song of vast land, fertile fire, canyons of my mind. Sacred union, heart to heart, speak of the divine. Kokopelli was a proud Toltec who came to Aztlan from deep in the heart of Mexico. It was the original point of the mighty Aztec nation before they built their capital on an island known as Mexico City. So the name of Kokopelli carries with it many myths and legends. All stories agree on one thing: he played the Indian flute. His music was said to bring fertility to the land and to the people. And then the application of this card: if Kokopelli has lured you with his magical flute, it is time to listen to his song. This is one of fertility. You are being asked to use your talents to create fertility in some area of your life. If things have been slow moving, Kokopelli's song is saying that whatever you intend to plant at this time will be very productive. Planting seeds for the future takes effort on your part, so now is the time to use your skill and resources to make use of the magic. If you have a project to begin or an idea to develop, the timing could not be better. Shift away from any old limiting ideas and move forward. Now is the time. The power is you. So, oftentimes, that was a good lesson for me because I would feel powerless and not fertile or worthy, and that was what would keep me stuck. So this is a good card for me to remove the limitation that I set in my own path about my own ability to be powerful and creative in my own life, to bring fertility. So that is a good card. The second card is the South card, and it's the lesson needed to restore trust, which is what I'm struggling with right now, is trusting people. The second card appears in the South and represents the lesson needed to restore your trust. The South card is also where you limit the faith you once had as a child, where you need to handle your ego, or where you need to heal the hurt of being betrayed after you trusted. The second card may also reveal if you have become a whining childlike victim instead of the courageous child that saw the world as an adventure. So I think I'm over the whining child part and the victim bullshit, but I'm still, trying to regain trust. I figure if I'm trustworthy, then I trust myself to discern who's worthy of my time. So my circle is very small right now, and I'm okay with that. The Earth Mother welcomes her children. Oh, and I drew the shawl for that one. This is returning home. This is the second time I drew a card like this card, I think, within the last week. Earth Mother welcomes her children home when they have lost their way. The trail was lonely and so long, she whispers, for them to stay. Within the protection of the shawl, where love abides again, their hearts may open to recall all relations as their friends. Many people across the world have heard the saying, home is where the heart is. Traveling bands of Native Americans have known that each time they broke camp and moved to another location, home moved with them. Home was not necessarily a movable dwelling or belongings of tribal people, but rather their connection to the Earth Mother and to each other. The home of any gypsy, nomad, or wanderer lives and nurturing no matter where the traveler may be. So due to my homelessness, I guess I kind of called myself a gypsy because I know that everywhere I go, I take my sacred space with me, and that's in my heart. My body is my sacred space, and great mystery and great spirit dwell within me, especially if I stay grounded and channel Mother Earth's energy to myself and the collective. And then I'm a good light. So the shawl, let's see what the application of the shawl is. Excuse me. If the shawl has fallen across your shoulders, you are being invited to return home. If you have forgotten yourself recently, it is now time to remember your essence and your potential. If you have walked a crooked trail by falsely judging others, it is now time to come home to the loving heart and see the value in all paths and chosen lessons. I think maybe I falsely judged myself as well, based on what other people judged me as. You may be coming home to the magic that you once believed in, or to a new sense of well-being. But in every case, you are returning to a temporarily forgotten state of being. In every life, there is a need to return to the simplicity of happiness. If you have forgotten how to find the simple truths that once supported your inner joy, it is time to return home. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or the way home. So I feel like that's what I've tried to do in my walk, even though a lot of people did not understand that. That's the energy that I tried to give. And sometimes it wasn't reciprocated, which made it hard for me to trust other people, because I allowed them into my sacred space, and I did not feel like I was being respected. But usually it's people that are not in balance, that don't respect themselves. And I know that's not my fault today. So all I can do is me, and take care of me, and then try to spread that love out onto others. But I can't do that unless I stay balanced and centered within myself and grounded into Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So that's a good lesson for me. Excuse me. The fourth card is the North. Oops, excuse me. The third card appears in the West and points out the lesson needed to find your personal truth. This West card may also imply that there is a limitation that you have put on yourself regarding your ability to know what is right for you. So this is the lesson needed to find your personal truths, or my personal truths, and release. Give away. Okay, so give away, release, lesson needed to find personal truths. Oops. Alright, we'll get there here. Alright. Aho, child of Earth, do you know the secret of the giveaway? The more you release, the more you receive, for that is nature's way. Aho, child of Earth, do you believe in reaping what you sow? A drop of wisdom will bring the truth, and you will truly know. One of the most important ceremonies in Native American teachings is the giveaway, or a potlatch ceremony. In this ritual, giving away of useful or loved possessions is a form of sharing with others. It is also a sign that the giver is willing to make a sacrifice and surrender a gift to another person without attachment or regret. The Native understanding of sacrifice originally meant to make sacred. To make any act or gift sacred, one has to complete that action with a joyful heart and a humble attitude. Giving is only one step of the process and allows the giver to look within so that he or she may examine the growth potential associated with the giveaway. The giveaway card spells relief through release. Don't get stuck holding on to anything that no longer serves you. Associates, ideas, habits, belongings may need to go at this time. Attachments to attitudes like needing to be needed or liked may no longer serve either. You are being asked to share what you can and give away something that can help someone else. Or just let go. Don't hold on so tight. The natural flow of life is squelched when you insist on total control. In all cases, the giveaway card tells us to release any bond that makes us captive of our own creations. In doing so, we can spread our wings and fly. Remember that generosity is a talent and a virtue that comes from dropping the fear of scarcity and from trusting great mystery. So that's a lesson needed to find personal truth. So yes, the more I give away and share the gifts that I have because of the struggle that I experienced and overcoming this struggle, that is my gift. I don't have a lot to give, but I have a true sacred heart and real love and real nurturing and caring to give away. And it's because of the struggle that I faced, because of difficult challenges within my life and overcoming them. That's how I received wisdom and knowledge and blessings. So I try to give that away and share that with other people through laughter and, you know, sometimes making fun of myself because I've done the same things. That way other people can feel more lighthearted about, you know, their struggle and not be so hard on themselves, because usually I was my own worst enemy, which taught other people to treat me poorly, which only caused more pain. Excuse me. Number 4, lesson needed to acknowledge personal gifts or talents. The 4th card is the North and represents the lesson that will assist you in acknowledging your personal talents or gifts. If you are taking your gifts and talents and abilities and material possessions for granted, you may be limiting the future gifts from the field of plenty, because you shun the beauty of the ones that you have. And I have done that in the past. It wasn't enough for me, or I felt I wasn't enough for them. So, roots and giving, standing people. Gratitude for the beauty in the ones I have in my life right now, because they can go away at any time if I don't appreciate them. If people don't appreciate me, that's what I do. I just go away. Find somebody who does. So, standing people, roots and giving. Aho, sacred tree of life, the root of every tree, thank you for giving the gifts you give to me. Aho, standing people, from you I learn to keep my roots well planted, yet reach for grandfather's son. Aho, willow tree of love, teach me to bend till I come full circle, each relation as my friend. The standing people, the trees, are our sisters and brothers. They